video and a review on a foundation. This is the Glow Minerals Luxe Liquid Foundation. So as you can see, I have a very bare face. I'm actually getting ready to go to work today, so I figured what better time than now to film my review, my demo, my thoughts, and then later on in the day after I get home, several hours later, kind of do a check-in so you can see how the foundation really did wear throughout the day. And just, I feel like that's a great way too for you to really see how, on camera, how it looks and not just me telling you. So I have already did all of my skincare. I did moisturizer, eye cream, any sort of skincare you're going to do that first. That's a very important step. I don't care what foundation you're putting on your face. You really need to make sure that your face is hydrated. Otherwise, your face is just going to absorb the foundation and it's going to look not so good. So, I've already done all that, and I'm going to prime my face with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I just feel like this is just a great primer. It works well with all foundations. It doesn't have any color. If you don't like a silicone-based foundation, there are other ones out there that are more lotiony. One of the ones that I have that I can think of off the top of my head that I like, let me grab it here, is the Laura Geller Speckle. This is the SPF 30. This is great if you're outside a lot. And this is more lotiony that's not silicone. So that's another option. I like the silicone feel. I like the Smashbox primers. And so that is what I'm going to use today. As with all foundations, I always shake it up prior to putting it on just to make sure, especially if it's been sitting in your drawer for a while and you haven't used it, you want to shake it up to make sure that it's mixed. Okay, so I am in the shade Almond. This is a little light for me. It's a little pink for me. I make it work with bronzer and all that stuff, but it comes in 8 different shades, so there is probably a shade that will work for you. So I'm going to pump it onto the back of my hand. It's kind of a liquidy foundation. You can see it running down my hand there. And I've applied this a couple different ways, but I've chosen to use the It Cosmetics OMG foundation brush for this. I like to kind of swoop it on, if that makes any sense. So I'm just going to dab it on my face, as I always do. And then I'm going to do this kind of motion. I find lately I've been applying my foundation either with my fingers or in this kind of motion. I feel like it really blurs out my pores and blends into my skin easily. So I woke up today. I wasn't planning on filming this today, but I woke up and the chocolate donuts I ate last night appeared on my face, one of them being right here. And I thought, oh, perfect. Perfect day to do a foundation demo. I actually used to hesitate doing anything when I had, like filming when I had a breakout. But then I'm like, you know what, Chelsea? Not everybody's skin is perfect. And I think I'm a good representation of that. And I think it's a great day to do a foundation routine because you can see how the foundation really covers. Because I know when I watch people, I specifically look for those imperfections on their face to see if the foundation that they're using covered it. Because that's important to me. And I feel like it's probably important to most women. I mean, whether you have dark spots, acne scarring, hormonal breakouts like I have, sugar breakouts, any sort of imperfections, you're always looking for something, you know, that's going to work well for that. So this is one layer of the foundation. I'm going to run down my complete thoughts on this after I finish applying it. But I'm just kind of chit-chatting here as we do it. So this is the one layer. Zoom you in here a little bit. Forgot to zoom you in when I was doing this. And as you can see, I still have, you know, breakouts here. You can still kind of see things in this area. I have an age spot, sunspot right there. So I'm going to go in with a second layer. This is a buildable foundation. So I'm going to pump probably like half a pump on the back of my hand. And then I'm going to put a couple here where I still have some breakouts. And I'm going to focus more on the areas where it needs some more coverage. Like on the outskirts of my face. So here is the second layer that I've applied to my face. And I think it offers pretty great coverage. So let me put makeup on the rest of my face and then let's get to chatting about this foundation. So here's a close-up of the foundation with the rest of my makeup on. I just think it gives you can get a better feel for how it works with other products once you have color on your face and eyeshadow and all that stuff. So, alright, so the first thing I want to touch on is the bottle. Okay, so the bottle is really pretty, and it comes in a kind of like this blown glass. It's kind of like a satin finish foundation, which I feel is very reminiscent of the finish of the foundation. This is an SPF 15 foundation. It says that this is formulated with a diamond powder technology, meaning that the finish of the foundation kind of has this light reflective property to it. It gives you a very diffused look, kind of like a blurred diffused look. And I would agree with that. I really feel like it really blurs out my pores, blurs out any imperfections in my skin, and just kind of gives me an all over diffused effect. I would definitely agree with that. I wanted to talk about pricing. This is $54 on the Glow Minerals Professional, I guess it's glowprofessional.com website. I did find it cheaper on Amazon, so I will link that below if you're interested. Their website offers free worldwide delivery, and they have 8 different shades. This is the shade Almond. I think for me personally it's a little bit too pink. I make it work. I bronze out my neck and stuff. But I think as far as a color reference, I would go a shade darker or warmer, more neutral when I start self-tanning. And if I were at my actual fairness, like if I have a little bit of self-tanner on, nothing crazy, I would go a little lighter than this. This has a little bit more of a pink undertone to it. Okay, so as far as the coverage is concerned, the website says it offers sheer to medium coverage. I say it's more like light to medium coverage. I feel like even with that first layer, and you saw, it had decent coverage. Sheer, you by all means could get sheer. I would just apply it with like a duo fiber brush, or just a very spare amount, and just kind of blend it out with your fingers. The finish on this initially it's dewy, but I feel like it's almost like a satin dewy. Does that make any sense? Like when I look in the mirror, I can see dewiness, but I can also see like where I have brush bristles on my face, where I don't have highlighter, which would be down here. It's kind of satin. It's like a very satin dewy. Throughout the day, I do get dewy though. If you have oily skin, I do not think you would like this foundation at all. I think it would just be way too much for you. I wouldn't recommend wearing this all day. Now, if you wanted this look of like a dewy, satin dewy type finish for like a photo session or whatever, then this would be a good option. This foundation has SPF 15, like I said. It's talc free. It's formulated with they have different vitamins, I think A, E. This foundation is formulated with minerals and pure pigments to really help give you that soft, diffused look. And I would agree with that. I think it definitely gives me a very diffused, soft focus look. I think the coverage on this foundation definitely is medium coverage for sure. I almost would say a medium plus coverage, because I can still see some of my imperfections, but they're not terribly noticeable. I think this foundation is beautiful. I think it works great for every day, like if you have a job from 9 to 5 and you're going to only be wearing this for around the 8-hour mark, this will do the trick. Any longer than that, definitely not. It started to get a little bit patchy and icky after 8 hours. So definitely a good, work foundation. It's not too heavy, it's not too cakey, but it's going to give you the finish that you're looking for. If you have dry skin all the way up to combo, I think you would really like this. If you have combo, I would definitely set your T-zone and maybe even keep some sort of translucent powder or a pressed powder compact to block, because you're probably going to have to block throughout the day, at least in the areas where you get oily. Alright, I just walked in the door. My lashes are falling off of my eyeballs. However, I didn't even look in the mirror, so if my hair is crazy, it is hot outside. I'm way overdressed. I'm wearing fleece leggings today, and it ended up being super hot. I have a long sleeve, it's actually kind of cute, totally nothing to do with the foundation, but it's this lace thing over. Way too hot. It's like 80 degrees outside. Anyways, I just walked in the door. I drove home with my windows down, so if my hair is a little haphazard, that is why. However, I wanted to pop on here and show you. It has been, oh my goodness, 7.5 hours since I put this on, almost 8 hours. And I am very dewy, borderline greasy. It still looks good. I think the foundation still looks good. It's starting to, zoom in here. How close do we want to get? It's starting to break up a little bit. Not too bad though. It actually is wearing quite well. If it weren't for the sake of this demo, however, I would have absolutely powdered my face, because it's starting to look a little too dewy on that borderline of greasy face, you know. So, but it wears really well. I would say definitely for an office foundation or an 8-hour foundation, whether you work in an office or not, I guess, Chelsea. Great foundation for that. I think the finish on it's really pretty. It's very soft focused. It's not full coverage, so you can still see my blemishes and stuff, but I feel like the finish is pretty enough that it kind of takes away from that. So yeah, I like this foundation. I would definitely say if you're oily, no, don't do this. If you're combo, you're going to need a blot, because I'm pretty normal and I do get a little oily in the T-zone, but at this point of the day, I want a blot. But now I'm just going to go and take it all off. So overall, I'm really digging this foundation. So my overall thoughts on this, I think it's a really pretty foundation. I think that it is a great everyday type of foundation to wear to work. I think it's really pretty. I like the finish of it. And I think for the price, I mean, it's comparable to other foundations for the price. I would say that it's nice. I would definitely recommend it to you if you're looking for something that's going to give you kind of like a soft focus, blurred, set to dewy type finish. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I've been loving testing out all these foundations. I'm a foundation junkie. I just really enjoy finding things that can perfect my skin in different ways. I love to play with lipsticks. I love to put color on my face. But there's just something about really perfecting your base and being on that hunt to, you know, because your face is your face, and like you can always add color to it, but if you can't, you know, fix imperfections, then I don't know. I just love to find things to fix it. So, all right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will chit chat with you soon. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this foundation review, and if you want me to continue to review foundations. If you are new, welcome. I hope you subscribe and stay a while. I would love to have you here, and I gotta run, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.